This is Homegrown, showcasing Alberta producers, artisans, and farming communities. Brought to you by Connect First Credit Union.
Nicole, thank you so much for having Ag for Life out to your farm today. We're super excited to be talking to you about your life as a rural Albertan and what you're doing and your connection to agriculture and rural roots. So thank you very much for allowing us to join you today.
Well, thanks for being part of the Bunkhouse.
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about you. So did you grow up on the farm, raised in Alberta? Start at the beginning. I am the fourth generation on dad's side and fifth generation on mom's side that has lived within 10 miles of where we are today. Yes.
So yeah, long standing roots in the area here. Grew up on a cow-calf backgrounding operation. Went to school for egg production. Spent 14 years working for the government in a couple different agricultural roles, and the last 2 years have been focusing on the bunkhouse.
All right. As a young woman growing up on the farm, you're in love with cattle. You still have cattle today.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yes. So that's a big component of what you do is raising livestock.
Yeah.
And then you fell in love with your creative side, which we've had the pleasure of looking at some of your products that we're going to talk about today, and having the opportunity to sort of bring that to life. So tell us about the Bunkhouse.
So my retail roots actually started right out of high school. I did trade shows with my drawings, my photography, my woodworking, and it kind of grew and changed over the years. 3 years ago now, I rebranded to the Bunkhouse and went more the apparel route, focusing on the silk scarves, which I do the designs and then get them printed, and I do the hemming here in town. The jewelry involving the native plants in the area, that's kind of the native grasses are one of my loves, I guess. So, just a way for me to promote the prairies, promote what we're about, use my creative side, and still promote agriculture.
Absolutely. And so the creativeness comes from, where does it come from?
I've had it since a kid. Yeah. I've always been a crafter and a builder and I don't know where it comes from exactly.
Yeah, it just is part of it. So growing up, on the farm, and maybe that comes with the farm lifestyle too, right? You're out in rural Alberta, and let's be honest, a lot of times we got to entertain ourselves
yes,
as kids,
we do.
Right?
So tree forts and crafts.
Exactly. So bringing that, I love that because it's kind of in the DNA, right? You live out in rural Alberta, and gosh, it's January or February, and what are you going to do? And so you fell in love with the idea of using your creative talents to make some products and bring some pleasure to people that buy your products. How did you go from drawings to jewelry? How did that all progress?
I don't even have a good explanation of that. Yeah. It just bounces all over. I get bored of things quickly, so I change it up. Like I said, the woodworking was a huge thing for a while, and now I don't do nearly as much. So kind of woodworking went to the jewelry, a little more. It didn't take as much room, I guess, the jewelry as the woodworking end of things. And it's like I said, the scarves have been a component of the Bunkhouse before it was the Bunkhouse. The t-shirts, it was one of those things, there was so many people doing it, but I just wanted to get a very genuine agricultural take of it, I guess, is where I'm trying to. A little more rural, a little not the made in China t-shirts that say farm life with a chicken on them.
Right. Yes. Yeah. This is absolutely authentic.
Yeah.
And this is part of the fun we're having with our homegrown series is meeting, Alberta artisans, and you've got your agriculture roots, and then you've taken that in really building that lifestyle brand, and resonating with a lot of other, whether we're from rural Alberta or born and raised, or we just have that connection back to the farm and the ranch. How do you balance the ranch duties with the business of the Bunkhouse?
It's being my schedule, it's pretty easy to kind of balance it all. Actually, like I said, I had this with a full-time job for 14 years, so
you've got more time now.
Yeah, I've got more time, exactly.
Yeah. So, and where do you find your inspiration?
It's like, I know with the Prairie and Plains, that was back when I was working for Special Areas as a range ecologist, and I was driving across the pasture going like, I can make grasses into jewelry. I know
Right.
I can. I just have to figure out how.
And that's what one of your specialty products is.
Yeah, my Prairie and Plains line, yeah.
Right, so you fell in love and that's your expertise.
Yeah.
You worked in the field for many, many years, and then you've taken that passion, if you will,
Yeah.
and put it into your other passion,
Yeah.
and have made these customized, one-of-a-kind items that have a story. They've all got a story to tell.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So how do you market your products? How do you sell? How do people buy your products?
Well, my main seller was trade shows. That kind of world got turned upside down. So we are, like a lot of online, that comes with a lot of modern day challenges too, algorithms and everything else. So honestly, I've been at this long enough, and a lot of my products are like, I don't know if you want to say word of mouth, but just people I know. I do have a large window between my past jobs and CYL and a bunch of other things I've partaken in, that I have a large group of people that they're always willing to support you. So that's kind of, I've never really pushed marketing versus hope my stuff sells itself. So.
Yes, right. Well, that word of mouth.
Yeah.
And that's one thing about sort of the agriculture community in general, right?
Very much so.
It's all helping neighbors, that community connection, supporting one another. And then when your products speak so closely to the hearts of your target audience, I mean, that resonates with them. And so when you were younger, somewhere along the line, an entrepreneurial spirit came in as well, because running your own business, be it on the traditional ag, where you're raising livestock, looking after, and or now coming onto this business side. Did your mom, your dad, your grandma, did anyone in your family have that entrepreneurial passion that you sort of said, hey, I'm going to spark this?
Yeah, for the most part, my entire family has just been, work from home jobs. So.
Yeah. So, and just looking at it and making a living from your creativeness and your passion, which is, phenomenal, and really connects us to the inspiring story of what you're doing. So when we look at, we were setting up for our talk today, and we were, looking at everything in the jewelry, and everyone behind the scenes was, oh, look at this, it's beautiful, and I love this. So tell us a little bit about the scarves. You mentioned the patterns. So where are you getting your inspiration? Are they photographs? Are they drawings? Are they prints? How does that come about?
All over. So that's like the scarf market has, I've been selling scarves since 2010-ish, and it's one of those that got oversaturated, the market, but I loved it so much that I didn't want to give it up. So I'm like, I have to do something different. So that's when I kind of took the focus of, if I print my own patterns, I know nobody else can sell these patterns.
Right.
So yeah, it's, the majority of them I'm working with licensed graphics and developing patterns, and so they're all over. I have something for everything, for sure. The newer scarves, I am focusing more on my drawings, my photography, incorporating them directly into the scarves.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
absolutely. So again, your life on the farm is remarkable to see, because you're allowing all of that creativeness with your agriculture background to come together, and so you're blending the both, which is fantastic. And so where do you want the business to go?
Oh, I'm a crazy dreamer. Truth be known, I do want to focus more on the wholesale, get away from the retail end of things. I am a huge introvert, so I'm working with a few stores now, and it's going well.
Excellent.
But that's definitely the end drive of everything.
Yeah. And are most of your products here available in Alberta?
Yes. Yeah, everything is, and that's like I've just been making the swap now. I actually make all my own t-shirts. Beforehand, I was getting them printed. So it's kind of, I've gone to the new, I don't think anything's tagged here, but my new tags, everything is made here in Alberta too. So
wow. So yeah, true Alberta rural roots.
Yeah.
So Nicole, let's talk a little bit about more about your t-shirts. You mentioned that, these are Alberta made t-shirts. You're the artist, you're the designer. We're sitting here. And there's some pretty fancy faces on some of these shirts. The inspiration, I think you got some family members on there. Tell us a little bit about them.
I do. So the cowgirl tee and the cowboy shit tee, which on the website we call the Lucy and William tee, are actually my aunt and uncle. It's cowgirl 1946 because that's when that picture was taken of my Aunt Lucy. And then the other one is Uncle Bill, and it was with a neighbor back in the 40s too.
That's awesome. How authentic is that? That's fantastic. And you must be so proud when people buy your product because it's beautiful products, but it kind of must, light your passion further, because it's, to see that, your love is connecting with other people.
For sure. Like, I was at actually a bull sale this spring, and there had to be a dozen people wearing my scarves, and that's a pretty cool feel. Like, I'm there for the same reason everybody else is there, but just to see that support within the industry is very neat.
I would think it'd be kind of like, I'm a rock star and hear my, I'm hearing my song on the radio. I mean, that's not happening to me, but you know what I mean. Well, we thank you so much for allowing us to visit you at your farm and learn more about the Bunkhouse, and we look forward to watching your business grow.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for coming out.